What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's going to be a really requested video, which is analytics in the AFL, the most data-rich sport on earth. This is a Vice Sports mini documentary, I guess, and as I said, it's been requested by a lot of people to watch this, so I'm gonna check it out because, you know, I am into sports and shit. Another quick side thing, guys, is me personally, I'm really into travel, and I'm big into learning about different cultures, and I've been dabbling with the idea of making another channel because I've had a couple requests of making videos about other countries. So someone requested for me to do like the top 10 deadliest animals in Australia because a lot of my viewers are from Australia. And I would like to do that, but I don't think that this channel is the right platform to do it. I kind of think I should stick to the whole sport genre because of the general common interest of this channel. But leave down in the comments below if you think I should / if you want me to start another channel, and if you would have recommendations and or requests for videos that I could watch on that channel just about your home culture or your hometown, and I'll see how the reception is. I'm not gonna make it if people don't want me to, so that's gonna be it, guys. Let's get right into this video. Be sure to, if you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're on our road to 1,000. 1 week ago today, I had 40 subscribers on my channel, and now I'm about to pass 350. I just cannot say thank you enough to each and every one of you. You guys are you're making the engine run. So without any further ado, guys, let's get into this video. Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Lewis gather handball, smothered by Grigg, Bruce Toll, ball up, Brown.
Link to the original video will be in the description.
The person who really wants the numbers, they probably don't understand what depth we actually get into for clubs and what data we have available that they never get to see. 18 players on the field for each team at all times. Everyone can do anything, the ball can go anywhere. So it's a very dynamic game to analyse.
Let me know who that statue is of in the front. In front of like the United Center in Chicago, there's a statue of Michael Jordan. So yeah, let me know. I'd like to know what legend that is.
Thank you. The quantity of data is far greater in AFL than any other sport. A lot of it is nerve-wracking if it's a really big game. The coaches make bad decisions based off bad data, so it's just making sure that everything's right.
2013 says Sunday football is ready to roll here at the MCG. It's Hawthorn, the red-hot favourites, against the Tigers.
I work for Hawthorn Football Club in the AFL as well as for my own consultancy ranking software. Over time,
it was cool to see them in that little practice room because I know what it's like to be in the back in a basketball game getting warmed up, and yeah, just something like this. It's interesting to see these guys in their environment before they enter the field, which is where everyone is used to seeing them.
the demands for detailed descriptions of the data have really grown in the coaching community and certainly in the media.
Data cuts across all sorts of media. The coaches talk about it in the press conference. The radio commentators refer to the stats the whole way through the broadcast, as do the TV commentators, as do the fans and the fantasy fans as well.
I love fantasy and trying to predict the next best of players. A lot of people I play with say I have an unfair advantage because I watch 7 games a week, watch the TAC Cup, so picking all the best kids, and we love playing fantasy as much as anyone.
This is my spreadsheet, or at least the first page of it, with the top 50 odd players on it. I manipulated the spreadsheet based on gut feel, injuries, especially what position they're playing.
Yeah, I go through a spreadsheet. I have a little pre-season one, which...
That's hilarious, guys. These are undoubtedly people who are good at mathematics.
I do the pre-season stats for.
I thought it was all up here, mate.
Yeah, it is.
That's what he says. He just goes, oh, it's all up here. I don't know. What do I need that for?
The anticipation builds as the game gets closer, which is a great experience. Hey guys.
Miami Heat.
A little bit of nerves. I know there's a few players out there that are new, especially for Richmond and for Hawthorn, so I just want to make sure I get those right. Keeping up with the play, make sure, especially when you're working with
got binoculars, I like
not missing anything, can be really hard. Segley hit out.
I love the start to the game.
Miles hard, playing a clearance, kick long rebound, contest. Martin, Crum hard, handball, Griffith. So you've got the main caller, which is the person who watches the game.
Guys, this job has got to be ridiculously hard.
Live at the ground with the binoculars and calls the main stats. Hampson hit out. Sharks. Cyril Rioli, hard handball. Sitting next to them is their support and the IT person, so they help out the media and listen to the umpires. Matchups behind them, they at all times will figure out who's playing on who, where everyone's playing. And then we've got an interchange operator as well. We record who's on and who's off. We all have almost perfect AFL player ID, so we all know exactly who everyone is in the AFL. Amson and Segler. Brand kick backwards. Stratton mark, play on. Crum hard handball. Camelin. Brewst receive handball, tackle by Rance. Rioli. Cyril. McAvoy. Floston tackle. Segler. Lewis. Mitchell. Giopolo. Hodge. Drummond. Crum loose.
He has got to have the water on deck. My voice gets dry doing these videos. I keep a lot of water around me or some coffee or something.
Now we're going to play Snap 2, 15:30. So this is the engine room really of champion data. This is where we capture every stat, every action that happens in football around the country. In the bunker, we have 5 roles. Back caller, that's a person who listens to the ground caller's call and just double checks everything they say. All the basic stats go in through the keyboarder. They probably put in over 5,000 stats a game. Then on the end is the graphical operator. So for every possession, we plot exactly where it happens on the ground. And then the other 2 roles on the end are the pressure capture and the pressure caller. All the basic stats they take us to the next level. So that's your pressure on disposals, where people are trying to kick with, what foot they're trying to kick to.
Teams started winning games by pressuring the opposition, and we didn't have a measure for pressure, and the clubs asked us, how do we measure pressure? So we've come up with pressure acts, which are recorded live through the game.
Pressure acts are set position, no pressure, corralling pressure, chasing pressure, closing pressure, and physical pressure. So I'm sure he's going to go into more detail of what each of these individual things are. And yeah, let's take a look. I'm sorry if I'm not talking all that much in this one, guys, but I'm just really immersed in this. And I guess that's why you guys wanted me to react to this, and I'll give my thoughts on it more after the video, but let's just get right back into it.
So that gives an extra layer of the data that the basic stuff couldn't do. So that was really driven by the clubs to step us up to the next level, and we do a lot of reporting based around the enhanced data.
Interesting.
Over time, we develop more and more simple displays of the data that use the technology in a smarter way and just highlight the things in front of the coach that he should be looking at right now. There's a lot of power for the user to set up a view that reflects what they want and the coaches want.
I really enjoy watching a game of football. Obviously, I've got the numbers there. You're talking with someone about the game and you might...
Real quick before I forget, I think it's really interesting that the coach, in the games that I've seen, it shows the coach, and it seems like they're really far away from their team and their bench, like up in a box or something, and like he's just said, it sounds like there are screens in front of them so that they can look at numbers. In any sport that I've ever played, and I've played quite a lot of them, the coach is down on the field with the players, in the dugout, on the sideline, whatever, and I think that's a really interesting aspect. If that is the case, that they're kind of removed from the immediate action, but they get an overview of the game, and they probably have headsets and whatever that they can talk down to their assistant coaches or team managers, perhaps.
I mentioned what a great game this player played, and it's always in reference to the stats.
The way fantasy sports has used statistics and particularly driven the recognition of players and styles of their play has been a terrific thing.
As a footy fan, when a bloke shepherds or taps a ball on or is a defender punching the ball away constantly all game, and you walk away from the footy and you go, gee, that guy played a blinder, but then it's not represented in his fantasy score. They are trying to incorporate all of those little things into it. The more of that stuff that they can fit in, the more accurate representation the numbers are of the actual ability of the player.
That's a really good point.
We've already come a long way, but in terms of the future, we have access to every single player's tracking data live throughout the match, as well as all their kicks, marks and handballs. So if you pop that into a visualisation through virtual reality, you can actually pick you want to be Cyril Rioli today or Sam Mitchell, and you can actually watch the game from that point of view.
Cyril Rioli, I'm glad he said that because I can now pronounce his name.
Every action that the player has with the ball or with the player that's holding the ball, being monitored, dissected, graded for quality. You want to know exactly where they are at all times, where the ball is, And from that you can build up a picture of which patterns of play are more effective or less effective.
It's been a thumping win for the Hawks.
Byron, kick short. Goal, end quarter, end match.
You actually feel like you know more than someone who just goes along to a game and just sits there and watches it and enjoys it, you know. The fact that you've got the stats at your fingertips as well, you do feel empowered with that knowledge.
There's going to be an explosion of insight from what have previously been amateurs, or maybe in their day job they're accountants, or they are data scientists, or just enthusiasts who've grown up with the numbers.
So you don't remember not having
Well,
technology?
that would be my point.
Yeah.
My point is that I only got into it because of the stats, you know, that was the connection for me. The data, because it is so readily available, it allows you to become that coach or that statistician.
It gives you a far greater interest in games that you wouldn't normally watch, but now you just get so much more information, you've just got so much more access.
The competition is great,
true.
the social aspect is great.
What do we have? Maybe 10 people in the first year or something like that, and now it's grown to 16.
Connecting just on the sport at that next level, I guess, makes it really interesting, and yeah, it's fun.
That is a very good point. Having the statistics and having a fantasy league, or having people who you play fantasy with and people who have a common understanding of the game and of the numbers. I mean, in somewhat of a sense, it's similar to what this channel is. It's a bunch of people with a common love and interest for sports. And we come together and share our personal perspective through our experience, because everyone has lived a different experience of being a sports fan or being an athlete. And everyone brings something different to the table, and that's something I love about having this channel, is being able to get the perspective from someone from Australia who's been playing footy since they were 5 years old and now have kids doing it, or someone from South Africa who has never played a day of rugby in their life but is a super fan and knows the ins and outs of the game. So shout out to you guys for being those people. What an awesome video, guys. Thank you so much for requesting that one, because I mean, if you know me, and I feel like a lot of you are getting to know me a lot better, you know that this kind of stuff is right up my alley. I love this kind of stuff. Even though I'm not much of a math guy myself, I really do love what's behind the game itself. It's a lot of stuff that you don't see going on. It's like when you see a wristwatch, you don't see all of the cogs and everything behind it making it actually work. You just see, oh hey, the hands are turning. So that's really what we're seeing in this video, only in the actual world of sport. And the reason that we're able to go online and look at stats and go on fantasy and be able to pick our favorite players according to the stats that they've had for the past 5 years in the league. And it's guys like this guy who just sits there every single game, 7 games a week or whatever he said, just talking into a microphone and a headset, because he himself is a sport super fan, much like myself and many others. And he just found his path in that way. But anyway, guys, that is gonna do it. This is a kind of different side of me that you guys haven't really seen, because a lot of the time I'm just getting hype and speechless from all the crazy shit that I haven't seen on a footy field. But as always, guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave it a thumbs up. We're growing, we're on the road to 1,000. And be sure to comment down below any other videos. Cyril Rioli reaction will be coming up in the next couple days, as well as many others. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Have a good week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.